Good evening, friends. It's time for our Goodnight, Sweetheart story time. And I want to say happy September, our first week of September, and school days and cooler nights. And it looks like a little bit of rain this week, huh? So I'm here to read you a couple bedtime stories that I hope you will like, and with Teddy, and Teddy's happy to listen with you. So I hope you have your snuggly and if you have a special blanket, and get ready to listen. Thanks. Here we go. There you go, Teddy. The first one, maybe you can relate. Maybe there are things that sometimes you are worried about. And Wemberly is very worried. So let's read about how she deals with being worried about so many things. Wemberly Worried by Kevin Hanks. Wemberly worried about everything. Big things. I wanted to make sure you were still here. Little things. Mama, what if I shrink? And things in between. Do you wonder things like that sometimes? Like Wemberly? Wemberly worried in the morning. She worried at night. And she worried throughout the day. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. Grandma's shirt says, go with the flow. So I guess Grandma doesn't worry too much. At home, Wemberly worried about the tree in the front yard. What if it falls on our house? And the crack in the living room wall. What if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? Do you see the crack? And the noise the radiators made. What if there's a snake inside? At the playground, Wemberly worried about the chains on the swings and the bolts on the slide and the bars on the jungle gym. Too rusty, too loose, too high, she said to her daddy. And always she worried about her doll Petal. Shouldn't Petal have a car seat too? I'll wait for you, Petal. I guess Petal's getting washed. And Petal's lost forever. I found her, sweetie. See, Mama found her. Do you have a special friend like Petal? Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. When Wemberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wemberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears left at all. On her birthday, Wemberly worried that no one would come to her party. See, said her mother, there was nothing to worry about. Look at all those happy friends and fun balloons. This is the best present ever. I wish I had my birthday today. But then Wemberly worried that there wouldn't be enough cake. On Halloween, Wemberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the neighborhood parade. Were you ever worried that somebody else would have the same costume as you? See, said her father, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried because she was the only one. Silly girl. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. Soon, Wemberly had a new worry. School. Wemberly worried about the start of school more than anything she'd ever worried about before. Does she look a little worried here? By the time the first day arrived, Wemberly had a long list of worries. What if no one else has spots? What if no one else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? What if the teacher is mean? What if the room smells bad? What if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom? What if I hate the snack? What if I have to cry? That's quite a list. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly, worried. She worried and worried and worried. Look at those big worry eyes. She worried all the way there. Grandpa says, have fun. While Wemberly's parents talked to the teacher, Mrs. Peachum, Wemberly looked around the room. Then Mrs. Peachum said, Wemberly, there is someone I think you should meet. Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. She was wearing stripes. She was holding a doll. Do you see Jewel right there? Yeah. At first, Wemberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. Maybe they were feeling a little shy. Do you ever feel a little shy meeting new people? Yeah. This is Petal, said Wemberly. This is Niblet, said Jewel. Petal waved. Niblet waved back. Hi, said Petal. Hi, said Niblet. I rub her ears, said Wemberly. I rub her nose, said Jewel. Throughout the morning, Wemberly and Jewel sat side by side and played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side too. Wemberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Before Wemberly knew it, it was time to go home. It looks like she's having fun. Come back tomorrow, called Mrs. Peachum as the students walked out the door. Wemberly turned and smiled and waved. I will, she said. Don't worry. Yay! It looks like it was a happy day, a big success, and less will she be worried. It looks like it's getting better, right? Very good. Well, I have another story for you, and it's by the same wonderful person that wrote Goodnight Moon. And I bet if you look really carefully, you might see some things that remind you of that popular story, Goodnight Moon. This is by Margaret Wise Brown, and this is Good Day, Good Night. And the illustrations are lovely. Good day, good night. When the sun came up, the day began. Who saw the first light of the sun? I, said a bunny, the only one. Wouldn't that be kind of fun to have a little house under the hill? Kind of like a hobbit house, right? Good morning, world. Hello, daylight. Good day, everyone. Goodbye, night. Good day, trees and birds in the skies. Ooh, it's time for Birdie's breakfast. I bet you don't have worms for breakfast. Good day, bees. Buzz out of your hives. Good day, kitty. There's milk in your cup. Stretch, little cat, and try to wake up. Good morning to you. Open your eyes, for every day is a new surprise. Did you have a surprise today? Something you weren't expecting? Go live your day. What are they playing? Do you ever kick the soccer ball with friends? That's a great game. When the moon came up, the night began. Is it getting a little darker? Good night, birds, down in your nest. Good night, bees. Time to rest. Bees work so hard to make honey. They really need their rest, don't they? Good night, sky and the daylight. Good night, flowers, bugs. Good night. That looks like a fun little village to go visit. Good night, kitty. Good night, bear. Such a cozy little room. Good night, people everywhere. Good night, toys. Good night, world. Under the covers, I cuddle and curl. The rabbit twitched his nose and his ruby eyes closed. Good night, little bunny. Go to sleep. All cozy. The end. Such a sweet story. It's nice to think about the day that you had and get all cozy and rested and think about things until your eyes get really sleepy, and maybe think about what tomorrow will bring. So I hope you had a wonderful day and an even better tomorrow. Thank you for joining me for Goodnight Story Time. Take care. Good night.